gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream.
Right, Grand Rising, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. Hello, Juju. Luna's in the house. Jeff ATL with the people. All right. Vince, I am from the UK. Let's get into it. Desmond, Juju B, retired federal police officer. All right. Everybody hit that like button. Okay. And shout out to everyone tuned into the Queen. Special shout out to my moderators because y'all know they be working hard. All right. G from the land is here. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get into it now. Before we get started, hey, Brizzy Creations. Okay, let's have a brief word from my sponsor. I see you, Nessa G.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. And don't forget that she has a beard oil as well. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, I'm sure you all remember that days ago I reported to you that Sara Rivers, her lawsuit her civil lawsuit against Diddy. 21 of the 22 counts have been dismissed. Okay, so now Sara is coming out trying to throw punchlines at Diddy. I find it all interesting. Okay, Sara, girl, if you're broke, just say that. Okay, we already know it's a whole grab. Okay, a money grab, and not to mention, Chopper has already exposed her for filth. Okay, so with that all being said, she took to social media to make a post. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. I want y'all to see this. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Today, the courts dismissed some of the claims, but not all of them. The most serious and personal claim, sexual assault on Mr. Combs, it remains very much alive. This fight was never about headlines. It's about truth, accountability, and justice. For me and for every other survivor that has been told that they should just give up. I will not be silenced, and I will not be intimidated, and I will see this thing through. Thank you to everyone that has been standing with me. The journey continues. Oh, and don't think because y'all got all that unlimited amount of baby oil that y'all gonna slide through this. Come on. And for those that have been trying to defame me with those false stories, the truth will be coming. Best believe it.
Girl, sit down somewhere, honey. Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Sara, girl, the gig is up. Okay, please sit down somewhere. All right. Luda says she sounds like she's reading. Honey, let me tell you something. She might be, but she needs to have several seats. Okay, Young Dolph's trial starts today. All right. Thank you, JFGFG, for telling us, beloved. All right. So with that being said, honey, here's the deal. Sara, we all remember when Chopper said that, was it Chopper or was it Fred? Because somebody said that she came up out of there with Diddy with her hair all messed up. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that she came out of there with her hair all messed up? So, girl, please sit down somewhere. Okay, now, Chopper's come out talking about her and Kobe Bryant. Girl, you had a whole husband when all this was going on. All right, now I don't know if these allegations are true. I'm just saying what your bandmates said about you, and they know you a whole lot better than the Queen does. So, that all being said, she said people are defaming her. Well, here's the thing: if they're defaming you, ma'am, why haven't you filed lawsuits against them as well? Because they're not defaming you. Okay, I believe everything that Chopper said. All right, sit down somewhere. Okay, sit down somewhere, and then with a one-liner. Okay. She's throwing punchlines. And don't think just because y'all have all those unlimited supplies of baby oil that y'all gonna be able to slide your way through this, girl. Anyway, y'all heard it. Sara clearly needs some money at this point. Okay. I mean, that's what it is. And here's the thing: these people who file these lawsuits, these civil lawsuits, always get me when they say this is about justice. No, it's not. No, ma'am, it's not about justice. And this isn't alleged. I'm saying flat out that it's not about justice. Okay. Because when people want justice, they go to the police. They seek, help from law enforcement. Okay. That's what they do. That's what they do, ma'am. And you didn't file any police reports, okay? And this is 20 years after that. Girl, listen, if you wanted to file something against Diddy, you should have filed it when he made you walk across that Brooklyn Bridge for that cheesecake. Okay, that's what you should have done, but you didn't. And here we are 20 years later, and you looked at your bank account and saw that it was on E. Okay, your bank account was literally on E, and so was your gas tank. And then you saw that Cassie got her a quick settlement, and you thought that you would just jump on the bandwagon. Sadly for you, I don't think that'll be your fate. At least I hope not, because I really think you're just a liar who lies. Okay, so anyway, she needs to have several seats. But now let's talk about Dawn Richard, honey, because Dawn is still out here desperate and trying to get a bag from Diddy as well. I mean, at this point, they just need to sit down. Diddy secured another partial win in court this week. Okay, now, according to court documents obtained and reviewed by Complex, Dawn Richard has dropped her claims against 10 of the companies, 10 of Diddy's companies in her $3.5 million lawsuit. Those businesses include Daddy's House Recording Studio, Bad Boy Entertainment. I don't have to name them. It's 10 businesses that Diddy owns. Okay. Now, Rashard's legal team dismissed the claims without prejudice, meaning she can refile them in the future. But while some entities are off the hook for now, Diddy himself is still very much in the crosshairs. The lawsuit continues against Diddy, Harve Pierre, Janice Combs Publishing Holdings Inc., Janice Combs Publishing LLC, and Love Records Inc., according to the filing. Now, Rashard also plans to file a second amended complaint, signaling that the case is only getting started. Girl, listen, after you done got up there on that witness stand and told all those lies, honey, and I'm saying you told lies because I didn't believe a word you said, okay? It just wasn't adding up. You told several different stories about the same incident, so I just don't believe anything you say at this point, okay? Another one who is broke, all right? Listen, at the end of the day, I'll say the same thing about her. And Latasha G, beloved, I love you right back. And thank you for being a member of Queen's Channel for 3 months. Oh, and by the way, speaking of memberships, here's what we're going to do, beloveds. I have decided that the True Crime Sundays editions, those are going to be for members only, okay? Because I got to do stuff for members. And I may drop something for members tomorrow, but definitely sometime this week. But from now on, the True Crime Sundays will be for members only, okay? Now, that being said, Miss Sheila said Dawn lied in court. Yes, of course she did. Okay, first of all, she said Diddy hit Cassie with the skillet. Then she said he hit her with the eggs, or he threw the eggs at her. Okay, then she said that Cassie was on the floor, then she wasn't. Like, girl, get yourself together. Okay, get yourself together. Now, they go on to say that Diddy's attorneys told Judge Catherine Polk Failla, they had no issue with Rashard updating her complaint, though they argued that her forthcoming claims will ultimately prove futile. Okay, they also noted that she has already dropped her human trafficking claim under New York law. Now, you know why she dropped that? You know why she dropped it. Y'all do know why she dropped that, right? Anybody want to venture to guess? Does anyone want to put it in the chats why Dawn Rashard, in fact, dropped her human trafficking complaint against Diddy? Anyone? And here's the thing. If you think that somebody was human trafficking you or somebody else, and you didn't go to the police, but you going for a bag, girl, please sit down. It's unbelievable, okay? It is absolutely unbelievable. So with that all being said, the Glay Eve, I believe this is a troll that was in here. Okay, let me just put you up out of here because you're talking crazy, talking about Israel owning America and all this foolishness, and that has nothing to do with the subject at hand. Okay, moderators, if you see Glaive, Glaive, I don't know how they pronounce it, please put them out of here. I just banned them. They may go and make another account because that's clearly the second one because I banned them last week. I remember. Okay, because I don't ban many people, so I usually remember those that I do. Okay, Latasha J said she's a liar who lies. Exactly. G from the land said lies. Okay, Luna says she is a liar who lies. Nita's and Mike's World says she's broke. I love it. She absolutely is, in my opinion. Now, with that all being said, the reason that she likely dropped that human trafficking allegation against Diddy is because Diddy already beat the S trafficking allegations in court. Okay, that's likely why. And then she would look like a whole fool when he's already been acquitted of it in a court of law. And now here she comes on the back end trying to get money in a civil court. Girl, sit down. Okay, so anyway, Rashard, a former Danity Kane member, accuses Diddy of abuse and exploitation during her time working with him. Her claims include being groped and forced to strip during rehearsals, subjected to meetings where Diddy wore only underwear, sleep and food deprivation, withholding of pay for her work, and threats against her life. Remember, she never said anything about that prior, and nothing about the threats against her life. Then all of a sudden, it was threats against her life, basically saying that Diddy said people come up missing. Girl, if somebody really wants you to come up missing, I don't think they would tell you. You just literally come up missing. But let me continue. So, goes on to say, she suffered food deprivation, withholding of pay for her work, and threats of her life, and warnings to others they could go missing if they spoke out. Diddy's legal team has denied the accusations, calling them false and sensational. This is just one of more than 60 lawsuits Diddy's facing amid mounting allegations of abuse, racketeering, and trafficking. Now, earlier this week, he caught a break when a judge dismissed 21 out of 22 claims in a $60 million sexual assault suit filed by former band member Sara Rivers and trafficking charges in a federal trial, but was convicted of 2 counts. Okay, we already know the rest. So, okay, so anyway, yeah, there y'all have it. There y'all have it. Now, let me say this. But she went back to work for him since Pretty Wings. Exactly. Okay. And Capricorn Clark said she wanted to go back and work for Diddy and talking about she missed her old life and she wanted to get back to her life and all that stuff. Let me tell you something. If somebody came at about 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning and abducted me, kidnapped me, and made me go somewhere with a gun, okay? Why would I want to work for them? I don't care how much money I was making. See, these people need to sit down, honey. And then, like I told you, Capricorn Clark also lied on the stand, talking about a car chase, a high-speed chase that Kid Cudi and the officer obviously knew nothing about because neither of them bothered to mention it. Okay? Ha! Brizzy Creations video says, scratch a thief and find a lie. I know that's right. Okay, so now let's get into the real reason for this broadcast. Okay, y'all know what time it is. We're here to talk about none other than my nephew, Shedeur Sanders. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into it, honey, because listen, I just have one question. Dillon Gabriel, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Okay, and I just have several questions. Okay, y'all see that? Hold on, let me take this off the screen. Y'all see that? Dillon Gabriel, why are you so mad, bro? Why is he so angry and upset? Well, I'm pretty sure it's because he is lackluster. Okay. While Shedeur Sanders is out there shining. And then he had the nerve and audacity to throw shade at Shedeur and then wouldn't even stand on business, wouldn't stand 10 toes down, and didn't keep that same energy when reporters asked him about the comment that he made. But I'm going to show you that he absolutely was talking about Shedeur. Okay. He can try to flip it up and all that if he wants to, but he was absolutely referring to Shedeur Sanders, which lets me know, and she'll let you all know, as well as everyone else, that he's a hater. Now, we should have known that he was a hater if you didn't, okay? We should have known that he was a hater in case you missed it when they had the first preseason game, okay? And then when they showed the look on his face, Deshaun Watson's face, and Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was the only one smiling like he was glad for Shedeur because he is obviously a team player and knows that if Shedeur is doing good and excelling, that's great for the entire team. But oh no, Deshaun was looking curious. I'm not going to say he was looking salty. He was looking a little curious, like, do I still have a spot here? And then Gabriel was looking just, the hate was all over his face. It clearly was. It clearly was. Okay. So, but here's the thing. Shedeur is out here breaking records because I want you all to know that his debut on the field garnered 2.2 million viewers, almost setting an NFL record. You see, in fact, that was the most viewed preseason game in 10 years. And 10 years, since 2015. Let's talk about it. All eyes on Shedeur Sanders as he made his NFL preseason debut with the Cleveland Browns. According to Nielsen's according to Nielsen, the Nielsen ratings, 2.237 million viewers watched Sanders and the Browns as they secured a 30-10 win over the Carolina Panthers on Friday. The rookie signal caller's debut and the Minnesota Vikings 2010 victory over the Houston Texans represented NFL's network's 2 most watched preseason contests since 2015. Y'all heard that? Okay, but see, there's some people who don't look like me who are just haters who want to act as though Shedeur needs to be humbled. He's too arrogant. He's doing too much. He's out there just trying to shine. Okay, acting like he's not a team player, like it's all about him. Okay, and acting like Dillon Gabriel is better. Okay, please. Now, Sanders started for Cleveland and played into the third quarter before he was eventually replaced by Tyler Huntley. The first-year passer finished 14 of 23 of 138 yards and 2 touchdowns without tossing an interception. Okay, so with that all being said, I think we all know how it all panned out. But let's go to what people are saying. let's go to what people are saying. And specifically, here's the thing. Dillon Gabriel, you know, I know he gave it a good try, and I'm not saying he did terrible. He did a pretty good job, but he didn't do anywhere close to what Shedeur did. Okay, and the fact that he has to stand on his tippy toes sometimes when he's throwing the ball, well, that just gives me cause for questions. And another thing too, you know, Dillon Gabriel actually played in college for like 7 years. Okay, well, we'll say six because we won't count COVID, but literally, that's how long he was in college playing. Okay. So I said all that to say he should be better than he is, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I'm saying. He should be better than he is. Like, like and share. Okay, here we go. Now let's go to this panel discussion of what they're saying about the lackluster performance, because that's exactly what it was.
I thought he is better than some people are saying coming out of camp, but he's not as good as Shedeur Sanders. To me, nothing of that performance to me said this is the guy who should be stealing first team reps while Shedeur is fourth. If anything, I got the impression it should have been opposite. Shedeur should be getting first team reps and Gabriel should be the fourth string. And I'm not saying that he can't play at all, but I thought he didn't look as comfortable in the pocket. I thought his size looked like it could be a problem. Like a couple of his throws, he had to like really get up on tippy toes. Was that sustainable? I also didn't like once he got off the script is when he kind of got worse, and we saw Shedeur come out and maybe you could say Shedeur struggled early or at least like missed a couple throws, but he was up against ones. As Shedeur settled in and he was going 2s on 2s, 3s on 3s, you saw his play ascend. He got better as the game went on and he settled in and got comfortable. And I thought Dillon kind of got worse as the game went on and got off of the script. 2 turnovers is a big deal to me. 2 turnovers, no touchdowns. I thought it was telling too. We got to the red zone down inside that 5. They didn't let him really attempt a pass. Shedeur was throwing for touchdowns. Dillon Gabriel got to just turn around and hand it off a bunch of times. It kind of seemed like they were like protecting him a little bit. To me, I watched that game and I thought Dillon Gabriel, better than advertised, still career backup. And I watched Shedeur play and I thought way better than the Browns are telling us they are by his depth chart position and could 100% be the quarterback of our team next year and beyond.
Okay, I absolutely have to agree with everything that he said. I have to absolutely agree with everything he said. And he called Dillon a career backup. That's what he is at best. Okay, that's what he is. And they need to trade him as soon as they get a chance because, first of all, who has 4 quarterbacks? Okay, who has 4 quarterbacks? And if they're thinking about trading Shedeur, that would be the dumbest mistake they could make ever because nobody's checking for the Browns. Nobody's checking for the Browns. The only reason we're watching the Browns is because of Shedeur Sanders. Okay, without Shedeur, nobody's tuning in. And we can tell because I'm quite sure that when the Nielsen ratings come in, okay, for Dillon's debut, it's going to be lackluster. Okay, it's going to be lackluster.
We may have a problem down in Cleveland. Rookie QB Dillon Gabriel has heard all the hype about Shedeur Sanders, and he's not only not having it, he's out for blood. Bro had his NFL debut today, and after he played a pretty good game, he decided to take that into the post game and fire some shots at one Shedeur Sanders.
It's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete.
Now, you could tell he was ready for that one, but this is where it gets dicey. After he was ridiculed on social media, he now tried to take back his comments in his post-game press conference. He said, quote, "First off, I'm all about our team." And he said his entertainers, competitors, quote, was in fact about the media, not anyone in particular. Now, first off, that I don't like. You made the comment, and that's okay. We need a little more of that in 2025. But if you're going to say it, don't just walk it back 20 minutes later. Stand on business. And guess what? I got a message from Mr. Gabriel. I got news for you. Now that you made those comments, whether you meant them or not, you are officially an entertainer, my friend. Those competitor days are over. You are officially in the entertainment business. And when you're in the entertainment business, you're going to get a lot of this going forward. So I'm rooting for him. He seems like a good kid, but I just hope he's ready to back it all up.
He clearly isn't, as we saw He clearly isn't, as we saw. And now, with that all being said, he meant exactly what he said, and he was talking about Shedeur. And here's how you know for a fact he was talking about Shedeur, because I remember when Mr. Dillon Gabriel was playing for Oregon, what his coach said when they were playing Colorado. Okay? And Dillon was the quarterback at the time. And so the coach was absolutely talking about Shedeur Sanders. And in fact, he got a little pushback when he said these words. So listen to what Dillon's former coach said, and then decide whether or not you believe that Dillon was absolutely throwing shade at Shedeur Sanders or not. Because that's what he was doing. He's a whole hater.
In substance, not flash. Rooted in substance. Today, we talk with our pads. You talk with your helmet, right? Every moment. The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins. There's a difference, right? There's a difference, right? This game ain't going to be played in Hollywood. It's going to be played on the grass, right? It's going to be played on the grass. Let's go.
What impressed you most?
I'm not done yet. We were composed. We executed at a really high level, but not done yet. We're not satisfied. I hope all those people that have been watching every week are watching this week.
You told your team, we're not playing for clicks, we're playing for wins. What kind of message do you feel like your team sent with this win?
Yeah, they're ready to get better. They're hungry to get better. We're certainly not satisfied, right? This is one game. Now we're on to the next one. We got to focus on the next one. There's a lot that we can improve from that game. Fun, energetic on the field, but our guys have a standard to uphold.
How would you describe the defense's performance this afternoon?
They did a good job. They did a good job. You can't overshadow that, right? We're going to face some elite teams. We get to play.
Okay, so y'all heard what he said. Not going to be played in Hollywood. Not going to be played for clicks and views. Hollywood, entertainers. Yeah, that's exactly where he got that from. He's heard it all before. Okay? He's heard it all before. So clearly a whole hater. Clearly a whole hater. All right, please pay attention. Now, what I was a little surprised to see, because I must have missed this prior, but you mean to tell me that the GM, the Browns GM, who's a black man, he doesn't even like Shedeur. He's a whole hater. Let me show you. Mel says Shedeur can't catch a break because of the hate. Exactly. Okay, exactly. Ha! Queen Sam said, kiss our grass, respectfully, of course. Yes. Now look at this, because this I was like kind of surprised to see this. Like I said, maybe you all already knew this, but I clearly missed it, honey. I didn't get the memo. But the GM who's black, literally, look at how he is handling Shedeur. It's so obvious by his body language.
Cool.
Really, really nice job.
You're not fully proud, kinda.
I'm
Kinda proud.
Look, for your first time, it was a perfect no, but you made plenty. You operated like. So it's just
I love when you tell the facts. Do you know? But it's okay. It's okay.
Listen, you did a nice job, right?
You were the real player now. I'm gonna bring that sauce to you.
I know you. I know you. Really good job. That's a great start.
Oh my God, that was so fake. You can't get any more fake than that. Did you all see that? What a effing hater. It is sad to see. Do y'all see that? Yes, he's definitely a raccoon, honey. Did y'all see that? He really was so pressed and bothered. You could tell that he has disdain for Shedeur. He did not even want to talk to him. He didn't like Shedeur put his hand on him. He didn't like, yeah, you did a good job. Yeah, you did a good job. Not cracking a smile. I mean, oh my goodness. It was almost unbearable to watch. Okay, it was unbearable to watch. Mel said Shedeur is just so humble. Yes, he is. But I love the way he approaches his haters. He goes up to them and basically lets them know that I know you're a hater and smiles in their faces. Okay, just letting them know that he knows what time it is. And he's not even mad. He's not even pressed because he knows who he is. This is all so hilarious, honey. At the end of the day, okay. Now let's go to see what Cam Newton had to say. Because y'all remember that time Cam Newton, when Shedeur and Travis were still at Colorado, and Cam Newton was talking trash or whatever, saying don't compare Shedeur to him because Shedeur hasn't really played anybody yet or something like that. And then he said something about Travis and then walked over days like 2 or 3 days later, walks over to try to bro it up, dap it up with Travis. And Travis was like, man, get out of here. Waved him right on off. Like, Cam, let's see what you have to say now, beloved. I hope you changed your tune. Okay.
Kid's got a sore arm.
Yes.
Because he's working too hard.
Petty Cam, come on and step up to the mic. What's old boy name again?
Tony
It don't
Braxton.
matter. You're a radio personality in the city of Cleveland, Ohio, guy. Relax. If you're mad that a guy is sore from trying to prove to not only him, but guys and girls like you that I deserve to be the starter. What's wrong with that, Tony? Who are you hanging your hat on as a notable quarterback ever in the lineage of Cleveland? Who you hanging your hat on, Tony? So if any type of report ever came that somebody is trying to go over and beyond, I will be applauding that. Not saying, oh, you have the least amount of reps. Well, I believe you have a lot of reps covering sports in Cleveland. I know it's been devastating for years. Now you have somebody who has given Cleveland some type of relevance. And this is what you say? Smell that, Peggy?
What it smell like?
Feel like I hate her. And it stinks.
He's reeking.
This hate and repellent. I'm gonna spray that on you, Tony. Rooting for Cleveland, it done made your heart turn into a stone.
Tony Tone the Stone.
Yes, he probably has thrown more than he has ever been because he's never been in this type of situation. And guess what he's trying to do? Just like every other fifth round pick, he's trying to prove, he's trying to show up, and he's trying to learn. Tony, if you knew anything about being a professional athlete, you would know that during training camp, it's dog days, it's tough days. It's days where you have to check yourself mentally, physically, and even emotionally to check in. And in the undertaking at the quarterback position, no matter if it's Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, they all got up. Uphill battle. And in due time, Cleveland has a person that can potentially give them Cleveland again.
You know, every time I look at Cam, I think about that guy telling Cam that he had pretty legs. Wasn't that Pastor Jamal Bryant that told him that? I mean, what man tells another man that he has pretty legs, honey? I cannot. I never even noticed Cam's legs until he brought it up. I mean, they are pretty, but I'm just saying, sir, what were you thinking? Okay, what were you thinking? Miss AP says, sorry, Cam, but that's not at all the order. Mel said a weirdo. Okay. I mean, that was hilarious. Y'all saw that? OG Patrice said Cam gets on her last nerve. Mine too sometime, but I still like him.
So y'all really gonna act like Dillon Gabriel did just as good as Shedeur? Like, what we got going on here? A dude throws a pick six, fumble handoff, 2 sacks, then throw no touchdowns, and y'all really gonna say he did just as good as Shedeur? I think Dillon Gabriel even played with the first team offense. Y'all really gonna say this dude did just as good as Shedeur? Okay. The fix is in. The fix is in. Like, y'all just gotta be honest. He didn't throw no touchdowns, and he didn't look as good as Shedeur either. Short passes, short passes, short passes. Where was the long passes at? They didn't even trust him enough to throw long balls. They didn't trust him enough to throw it into the end zone. Like, what are we doing here? The fix is in. If y'all saying Dillon Gabriel did just as good as Shedeur, y'all out y'all rabbit ass mind. We saw what we saw. How many Dillon Gabriel jerseys was in the stands? Nobody was there to see Dillon Gabriel. Yo, look. Just let the dude go. Let him go to a team that actually want him. If y'all notice, the coach don't even say Shedeur's name. He don't even fuck with Shedeur. The coach don't even fuck with Shedeur. Hey, man, the fix is in. And if y'all don't see it, y'all crazy as hell.
Okay, no lies detected. No lies detected. They literally, it seems like they hate Shedeur. It is absolutely crazy. Okay, it is absolutely crazy. And so anyway, let's continue. Because I absolutely believe the fix is in. I mean, they tried to sit up there and act like Dillon is so much better than Shedeur, but he absolutely isn't. And he proved it. Okay, he proved it.
The issue with the Cleveland Browns, Dillon Gabriel, and Shedeur is that Dillon Gabriel is playing like a third-round pick. He's not necessarily playing bad. He's playing like a third-round pick. The issue is that Shedeur Sanders doesn't even have that grace as a fifth-round pick. People are holding him to a standard as if he was a second-round pick, so that in all reality, even when he plays well, people want to act like, oh, it's only a preseason game. But then when Dillon Gabriel plays not so well, it's, oh, well, it's only a preseason game. You see what I'm saying? Like, we all know that if Shedeur went out against Carolina, even though he was never getting reps with the better team and he was playing against their starters too, we would be hearing about how bad he was and how it proved that he's a fifth-round pick. But when Dillon Gabriel goes out and turns the ball over and has less than 100 quarterback rating, it's, oh, he's just a third-round pick. It's preseason, relax. This is why I say, like, it's not really a movement or a moment to actually care whether or not it's validated by the media. Like, do you think it matters whether or not they're going to admit that if Shedeur played that terribly, or not that terribly, if Shedeur played like that, he would be never hearing the end of it, right? He's held to a higher standard, even though he's a fifth-round draft pick, which means he shouldn't have been a fifth-round draft pick. So, like,
now, you all know that's absolutely true. Okay, that's absolutely true. They'll make excuses for Dillon Gabriel. But at the end of the day, the least of the thing that Shedeur does, they're going to be on it. Okay, they're going to be on it. And then this whole thing, they're saying that Shedeur has an oblique injury. And then somebody said, you know, that when Shedeur talked to Jalen Hurst, that Jalen probably told him to fake like he had an oblique injury or whatever, to get Dillon out there to show and prove or whatever. Like, first of all, Shedeur is not the one faking the injury. That's what the Browns are doing, in my opinion. They're the ones doing that. Okay, Stefanski. Okay, y'all don't think so? Because Shedeur has played in worse condition when he's playing with Colorado. Didn't he have something broken in his back one time or some type of back injury and he still played in Colorado? So I'm sorry. That's just an excuse, a convenient excuse to just keep him on the bench. Okay, that's what that is, as far as I'm concerned.
we all know he won't get the grace and he won't get the praise. People pretending like that's not happening are people that I don't actually take seriously whatsoever. Like, if you can't at least say with all seriousness that you know there's a difference in the way these two people are perceived and treated, you're not realistic. We don't have to harp on it. We can just acknowledge the reality, whether or not that's it. That's it.
Let me tell you all something about people who are racist and just haters and who collude against people who look like us for whatever nefarious reason. You know, they will absolutely cut off their nose to spite their face. Okay, they will literally cut off their nose to spite their face. Because even if they actually feel that Shedeur is too arrogant or whatever, why would you deny putting him on the field because of that? Even if that's what you thought. He's on your team. How stupid can you be? Don't you want to win? Don't you want the crowd to come out? Okay? Because at the end of the day, like I said, nobody is checking for the Browns. Okay? How many of you all in here, once in the chat, if you would ever watch the Browns if it were not for Shedeur Sanders? Okay? The Queen's nephew. All right? And y'all know he's not really my nephew. I'm just saying. But how many of you would even be thinking about the Browns if it wasn't for Shedeur Sanders? Like, make it all make sense. Anyway, let's go to what Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp had to say. And Ocho, listen, Ocho needs to sit down somewhere. That's what he needs to do. Okay, he really needs to sit down somewhere, acting like he didn't know that Dillon Gabriel was hating. Oh, come on. Come on, Chad. Wake up. Wake up.
Eight of his first 9 passes,
Yes.
threw a pick 6, bad decision, but was later credited with a fumble on a botched handoff. After the game, he made some very, very interesting comments. He said, there are entertainers and there are competitors.
Hmm.
and my job is to compete.
Right.
He tried to clarify later at the presser saying he meant the media are the entertainers and a competitor, and he's a competitor, and he wasn't taking a shot at Shedeur, but the damage was done. Everybody knows what he meant by because you know why?
Yeah, and for those of you who missed it, if you didn't see his response when he was asked about Dillon Gabriel, that is, when he was questioned by reporters about the comment, about entertainers. Oh, I'm here to compete. There's entertainers and there's competitors. I'm here to compete. Well, when they asked him what he meant by that, he lied. Okay, I'm calling cap. He lied and said that he was talking about the reporters. He said, well, you guys, you're entertainers. You have a job to do, and I'm a competitor. I have a job to do. I know darn well you're not sitting up here trying to make us think as if we're stupid, insulting all of our intelligence, trying to make us think you were talking about reporters, Dillon, with your little munchkin self.
I'm going to let you take off. You remember at Oregon what the head coach said when they played Colorado?
Right.
Who was the quarterback?
Yeah.
Who was the quarterback?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Ocho. Go ahead.
Well, listen, I don't. Hey, Chad, I don't want to do him like that. I'm gonna give Dillon Gabriel a little grace, a little understanding, because I don't think a college kid coming in as a rookie in the NFL would take that kind of shot at a teammate that he's competing with for a job.
Ocho is always trying to be the voice of reason at the wrong time, no less.
I just don't see. I don't see it. I see it as him when he says entertainers in that aspect where he said it's the media. I'm not sure how he views the media as the entertainers, but the way the media stirs the pot and creates the ruckus, and all he does is compete. I see it from that sense. I don't see him as. I'm not even sure if he's that type of person, that type of individual to even have that kind of savvy to say something like that publicly as brash in that moment. So I'm going to give him a little grace. I think Dillon Gabriel actually played well. He played well. What he did those first few drives, driving the team down the field. He made some really good throws. He was poised in the pocket. He had command of the offense. Obviously, the pick six, for one, he has to see that there are two people. Somebody ran the wrong route. Two people in the same place never happens. There always has to be spacing on all concepts when it comes to running routes. So as a quarterback, you have to see that. All right, there are two players in the wrong place. Don't make a bad play even worse by even throwing the ball. You should just chuck that out of bounds because you're already outside the pocket anyway. New down. So that I think he's gonna be fine getting those reps in. And it's all about making plays at the quarterback position. But how consistent can you be? And so when sometimes there's a chance you can make something out of nothing, and then sometimes you can't. And I thought he played okay. He played really well.
I disagree with you. I think he was taking a shot at Shedeur.
You think so?
When have we ever thought about the media, those beat writers as entertainers? We've heard his coach. He was on the team when he said they're celebs.
Wait, but you can't tie him and his coach together as if they have the same mind, as if they're one. You
Name the time you've ever heard someone say there are entertainers and there are competitors, and I'm here to compete. Tell me the time.
Right. Okay. Listen. Let's say he's taking a shot at Shedeur, right? At what point has he been an entertainer? He's a football player as well.
But we've heard people say that's what he's more interested in doing.
And what? Well, I'm just curious.
Okay, tell me what you're curious about.
Well, you said he's more interested in entertaining Shedeur.
I'm not saying he is. I'm saying that's what people have said about Shedeur. About entertaining, about the antics.
Right. I see where you're going.
Plus, we've heard this before. And sometimes it seeps out when you've been around people and they perceive other people as that. If you're not careful, you'll repeat what you've heard someone say about someone.
Okay, I see where you're going with it. Okay.
He didn't have to say that. He didn't. All he says, look, I'm here to compete. Whatever happens. It doesn't matter if I'm first team.
Do you all notice how slow Ocho is acting? Do y'all notice how slow he is? Oh, I see where you're going. Ocho, why are you so damn slow? Okay, why are you not able to grasp this? Okay, sir, I think you got to be trolling.
Second team, third team, or fourth team. My job is to compete. Why did he have to throw the entertainer aspect in of it?
All right, I mean,
everybody's entertainer. That's what football is. Entertainment.
Yeah, it's an entertainment.
Everybody
sport.
is entertainers.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's an entertainment sport. It's entertainment. He might have been taking a shot at me. Shit.
Nah.
No, I know, but
he can't compete with you. He can't compete with you. I disagree, Chad. I don't know what you guys think, but I think he was trying to take a subtle shot, because if he wasn't, why are you trying to clear it up? Why are you trying to clarify?
Oh, because obviously once you say something like that, it ruffles all the feathers, and then it comes back.
Why are you ruffling feathers, Ocho? It ain't nothing. You're telling me in the chat it's nothing.
Right, his choice of words, it ruffled feathers, because that's probably not what he actually meant. I honestly think it was an honest mistake, because he's not. Let me stay with me real quick. Let me say something real quick. He is not media savvy with the mic in front of him like a Tom Brady. He's not media savvy like a
quarterback.
He's not
a quarterback at the University of Oregon.
No, he's just not. Because if he was, he wouldn't have said what he said. There's a way you go about doing things, and he hasn't learned it yet. He's not savvy like that yet.
Sometimes you get caught up in the moment. You playing well. It's the middle of the game. Ocho, you got to realize now you're right there in that moment. Sometimes when emotion is high, logic is low, and you feeling good is they're entertainers, and I'm and competitors, and I'm here to compete. Oh, he's like, if it meant nothing by that, nobody would have said anything about it.
Exactly.
Nobody would not even bat it an eye. But they took it. Most people took it. I believe the way he intended it. That he's not fancy, he's not entertaining, he's a competitor. I don't know what he thinks Shedeur is there to do. I believe two things. They're not mutually exclusive.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather was an entertainer.
Yes.
But he was a competitor.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, they're entertainers, but they're competitors. Steph Curry, all that dancing and turning around, he's shooting shots, and he don't even look at it before it goes in. That's entertainment. But he's a damn fierce competitor.
Yes.
So to try to make those two things mutually exclusive is just not true. I believe you can do both of them, but I believe he took it. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. But I believe he took a sort of shot at Shedeur.
Okay, I'm sorry, but make it all make sense. Chad should have sense enough to know that, of course, he was throwing shots. And even on that episode, they actually took a poll, and then it was like 80 some percent of their audience said he was absolutely taking a shot. But here's my message to Ocho. Okay, I'm sorry, Ocho. This is for you, beloved.
Y'all forgot funny existed. Y'all niggas like molasses. Slow.
Okay. That's Ocho for you. He's like molasses, slow, sitting there trying to make excuses. Okay, sitting there trying to make excuses. I am so through with him. All right, I am done at this point with Ocho Cinco. So with that all being said, listen, you guys. Listen. Now, I was going to talk about this on the next live, but we have a few more minutes left to spare. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it right now. Because listen, did you guys hear about the black man, Alton Oliver, here in Atlanta, who shot and killed a police officer, and he was acquitted, but the judge got on the bench and said he was guilty? Did y'all hear about that? Hold on, let me pull this up. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
Welcome back. So a second day of testimony wrapped up just hours ago in the trial of a man accused of killing a Fulton County deputy.
Today, the suspect took the stand in his own defense. Our Chase Howell has more from the courtroom.
Some of the first people to take the stand after the court went to lunch was Kevin Patcher, a detective with Atlanta Police, along with Morgan Persinger, who works at GBI. Both testified to the gun that Alton Oliver used to allegedly kill off-duty Fulton County Deputy James Thomas in 2022. But it was the testimony from those who knew Oliver that garnered attention, like Travis Widener, who worked with Oliver.
As long as you are on his good side, friendly, cool as can be, but very easily got upset.
After Widener testified, the prosecution called Thomas's sister, Jamesia Lampkin, to the stand, but only asked her to identify her brother as alive in a photo. As for the defense,
You know why your brother left home that night? I don't.
Then in a turn of events, Oliver himself took the stand, which doesn't happen often in these sort of cases. It was then he tells the court that Thomas kept driving by him, making sexual advances, which he turned down. Oliver says after Thomas left the second time, he came back again, speeding toward him.
I get spooked. I pull my firearm from my waistband and I point it in direction and I go home after.
Oliver admits he fired his gun out of fear, but didn't know he hit Thomas. The prosecution in their cross-examination trying to poke holes in Oliver's statements to police.
Didn't you tell the detectives that you knew it was wrong to leave the scene?
I knew it was wrong to leave the scene, but I didn't leave the scene as far as trying to run or hide or anything. I just went home. I was focused on getting home. I didn't know the person had died. I said that to you already. I didn't know the person had died. I did not know if I had hit the person, nor harmed the person.
After further questioning, the judge recessed for the day. The trial will continue on Thursday. Reporting, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, the man was acquitted by the jurors. Hold on. Let's go to the verdict.
From a
I bet the jury has it. Yeah. The jury has the indictment. Yeah, please. Yeah, just need the indictment. I gotta go back there. You got it? Okay, good. Thank you. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's come to my attention that the jury's been able to reach a verdict. Someone is typically pleased, someone is typically not pleased when this happens. So please contain any emotions that you may have and just excuse yourself from the courtroom quietly if you need to. But maintain order in the court, please. All right. Any reason we shouldn't bring the jury out at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Let's ask the jury to join us.
First of all, where is that judge's robe? Okay, sitting up there in the whole suit and tie. D. Major Skeleton says true. It's just like when Republicans go along with Trump, not because they all like him, but because he brings value to their team. Same principle. Exactly. Okay, exactly, beloved. And I missed your super chat previously. But so anyway, thank you. I appreciate your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay, but they don't want to give Shedeur a chance. Just clearly hating. Clearly hating. They can't help themselves.
Please have a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Williams, I understand that the jury's been able to reach a verdict.
Yes, sir.
Is this the verdict that I'm holding in my hand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has it been agreed to by all 12 members of the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
And has been dated and signed, is that
Yes.
correct? All right. Publishing the verdict, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty as to all 6 counts of the bill of indictment. Sheriff, will you please hand this to case counsel and pass it over to.
Wait, what?
Didn't I say not?
No.
Sorry. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty on all 6 counts. Nope. I apologize for my mispronunciation.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention because he absolutely did that on purpose. Okay, that was no Freudian slip. He did that on purpose, honey. Please pay attention. Boy, Broadway said, what a fool. Okay, he did it on purpose. That's why when he turned around, when he heard them saying, wait a minute, what? Y'all heard the people like, what? Wait a minute now. Say what? And then he looks at them and says, wait a minute, didn't I say guilty? Didn't I say not guilty? Or didn't I say not? Sir, how did you immediately know what they were talking about? Okay, please pay attention. And then laughed about it, says Pretty Wings. Exactly. Okay, Brizzy says, oh, wow, this is not a laughing matter. Exactly. He was trying to give that man a heart attack, honey. Okay, that's what it was. He's mad because the man got off. Okay, he's mad because the man got off. And here's the thing. It was absolutely self-defense. That cop kept harassing him, riding back and forth past him. And then when the man rejected his advances, he says the cop drove straight towards him like he was going to ram him with the car. Honey, that judge is a hot mess. And then what is he talking about? Excuse my mispronunciation. Sir, what did you mispronounce? Okay, that's not a mispronunciation. What an idiot. Let me scroll it back to so I can hear him laughing and give it a silly self.
6 counts.
Nope.
I apologize for my mispronunciation.
A whole hot mess.
Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
From the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, your one day or one jury trial service has come to a conclusion. I once again want to thank you on behalf of all the Superior Court judges down here.
He needs to sit down somewhere. Retired Federal Police Bank says, great job. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. And thank you for your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, so Vince I Am says another lying liar that lies about the lie he lied about. Vince, you are something else, okay? You are something else, okay? So anyway, listen, I want to tell you all one more thing before I roll out of here because I thought this was very suspicious in my opinion. Okay, now I need y'all to listen close because this is all a shenanigan, honey, that's going on here. Now, how many of you, this came out a few days ago, but how many of you heard about the teenager who got arrested and detained and is currently in jail for landing in Antarctica? Once in the chat, if you all heard about that. Once in the chat. G from the land said the jury was like, what? Of course they were, okay? Reggie said they shouldn't be allowed to misspeak. It's a court record. Okay, exactly. What do y'all think about this? Okay, some of y'all heard, some of y'all did. So let's talk about it, honey, because I thought this was all crazy and very suspicious, okay, in my humble opinion. All right, let's get into it. So here's the thing. A teenager, an American teenager, was detained on an Antarctic island while attempting to pilot his small plane to every continent, according to Chilean authorities, now who have charged him for illegal or for allegedly submitting a false flight plan. The 19-year-old pilot, Ethan Guo, denies the accusation and says the month and a half long ordeal is taking a toll on his health. It is taking a toll on his health. This young man has lost about 24 pounds. Are they not feeding him? What is going on? He must be stressed out, surely. Now, Guo gained an online following by documenting his trip around the world, which lasted well over 100 days and had already taken him to 6 continents prior to the Antarctic voyage, according to his website and social media post. Guo said that he hoped to become the first pilot to complete a solo flight across all 7 continents in a small Cessna, which is a very small plane, a feat that simultaneously aims to raise $1 million for cancer research, okay? For St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. That is my favorite charity to donate to. In fact, it's one of the few charities that I donate to, but it's the number one. Okay, so on his site, the teen cites his cousin's 2021 cancer diagnosis as his source of inspiration. Guo's latest Instagram post chronicled of his path over Southeastern Asia. Authorities in South America say that he went on to traverse the Pacific Ocean, ending up in Chile before making his way toward Antarctica. Now, according to Christian Cristoso Rifo, the regional prosecutor of Magallanes and Chilean Antarctica, Guo departed from the airport in the city of Punta Arenas, near the southernmost point of Chile, and then proceeded to conduct an unauthorized, they say, flight to King George Island, located off the Atlantic coast. The island is claimed by Chile as part of its Atlantic territory. Now, the young pilot landed his plane at the island's Tiente R. Marsh Airport, where he was detained. Okay, Cristoso said in a video statement shared on social media on Monday. He said Guo submitted a flight plan that indicated his plans to fly over Punta Arenas, but not farther than that. Now, in a statement provided to CBS News, attorneys for Guo say those accusations are unfounded. They say documentary evidence and audio recordings provided to the prosecutor definitively show that Mr. Guo's original destination was Ushuaia, Argentina. Now, and I'm sure I said that word wrong, but anyway, that's what we're going to call it. But anyway, they say due to bureaucratic confusion, Chilean officials told him to circle in darkness over Tierra del Fuego before proceeding to Uesho at sunrise. And that's when he ran into dangerous flight conditions. He encountered instrument failures and heavy, unreported icing conditions caused by high cloud covers over the Andes, creating an imminent risk of a crash. So he had to land or else risk losing his life. So to avert disaster, he diverted over the ocean. Once over the ocean, he experienced engine-related issues likely due to sudden weather-related pressure changes. They say he then requested and received permission to land at the Marsh base from a high-ranking Chilean aviation official via WhatsApp. And he has the messages to prove this. They gave him permission to land there. Now they want to put him in jail. Now, with that all being said, the prosecutor's office charged Guo for violating 2 articles of the Chilean Aeronautical Code, including one that calls for either short-term imprisonment or a fine brought down on anyone who lands in Chilean territory without legitimate authorization. The prosecutor said that in addition to his alleged breaches of the Aeronautical Code, Guo violated multiple national and international rules governing access to Antarctica and the routes taken to get there. His unauthorized flight also posed safety risks for air traffic to the frozen continent, according to Cristoso. Now, the statement from Guo's representatives blames prosecutors for refusing to even acknowledge clear evidence exonerating this young man, resulting in his de facto confinement on the island for a month and a half. They say stress of the ordeal has caused severe deterioration to his health, including loss of more than 40 pounds. I'm sorry, I thought it was 24. That's what I heard on TikTok. 40 pounds and a diagnosis with pericarditis. Just for those of you who don't know, that's inflammation of the heart tissue, the tissue surrounding the heart, which they said some people got that from getting that venom a few years ago. Okay, this is all so awful. While he is grateful for efforts to secure him passage on a boat, he is frustrated that there is no plan for his plane, preventing him from continuing his charitable mission to raise funds for St. Jude. Let me tell y'all something. This is all them sabotaging him. This is all them sabotaging him. First of all, they have no business detaining him, okay, for this length of time when he has all the proof. He literally has the messages on WhatsApp, from WhatsApp, where they gave him permission. Also, the fact that he was about to crash and had no choice but to divert and turn around and try to land safely. Okay, this is all so crazy. At the end of the day, this is really sad. He's lost 40 darn pounds in a month and a half. Are they feeding him? What is going on here? We should be concerned. And then here's the thing too. This is a charitable donation that he was trying to get, this $1 million for cancer research. Now, we all know that they don't want nobody curing cancer. We already know that. People have, in fact, come up with supposed or alleged cures in the past. Okay, only for some of those people to come up deceased, missing. Okay, so what's really going on here? This is all crazy. This is all crazy. Ladybug said the lamestream news is not reporting the full story. Of course they're not. There's a reason why they don't want anybody going to Antarctica. Okay, there's a reason they don't want anybody going to Antarctica. Okay, please pay attention. And it is absolutely nefarious. Okay, that's what it is. Mel said this is scary. Nessa G said they are not feeding him. They can't be. For him to lose 40 pounds in a month and a half, what are they, torturing him by starvation? Because that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. And why are they ignoring the fact that he has proof that could exonerate him? They're acting like that doesn't even exist. It's all crazy. Yeah, that's right, Mel. They're definitely hiding something. D Major says, well, Antarctica is melting anyway, so. Queen Sam said, what's behind that damn ice wall? Exactly. Measurement says, so he won't finish his mission. Yeah. I hope this young man doesn't turn up deceased, because I am very concerned. Okay, I hope he does not turn up deceased. This is all crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you all about that because it's really not getting a lot of coverage. And the little coverage that it is getting, I absolutely don't believe that's the whole story. Okay, there's definitely more to this. But I'm going to be looking into it further. Okay, so retired federal police bank says that is absolutely correct. Okay, so anyway, listen. Adrian said he's seen or witnessed something he wasn't supposed to. That could absolutely be the case, or at least they may think that he did. You know. So anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Listen, you all like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Now, when I come back today, we're going to talk about Anne Marie. Okay, and her brother said that she had HIV and that police officer putting all the business out there. Okay, I find it all interesting and very nefarious. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Trump. I'm about to gather dirt and receipts on him right now. All right, so anyway, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And until next time, peace.
With that gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I X, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got